Yes, it has to be now, and it has to be Alishan Sharfu to take that aggressive route. Brings out the sweep, plays it well, and plays it in the gap as well. That's a very, very good shot from Alishan. We haven't seen that from him so far, playing that sweep, but he's executed that to perfection.
You just feel that the UAE needed that. The problem for Mala there, it wasn't necessarily the length, it was the line. He's drifted down the leg side. That's why Sharafu's gone to the sweep shot. If he can keep it on or around off stump, it's looking very tricky for the batters. That is the difficult length. This could be a chance at long off. Taken. There's no pace in this wicket. It's turning, and Sharafu's simply given it away. I wonder, will Powdell turn to spin for as much of the rest of this innings as he can? This game continues to intrigue, and UAE lose their fourth.
Well, he had to go for it. It was now or never. Got that boundary, wanted to go for a big hit straight down the ground. Doesn't get the distance, only a lot of elevation, and a very good catch. That long off, that's a brilliant take. So Alishan Sharfu walking back, 16 of 14 for him. It's 88 for 4.
Dabur Red Bayfresh Gel is in town.
Bayfresh, be ready with Bayfresh. Be ready with Bayfresh. Bayfresh, be ready with Bayfresh. Be ready with Bayfresh. Bayfresh, be ready with
Dabur Red Bayfresh Gel. Be bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bayfresh.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब
छु
संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
Ali Nazir to the crease. He's had quite brilliant start to his international career. Both of these sides produced a huge amount of homegrown talent. A much better line this time, more like middle and off stump. Ritti Aravind couldn't believe it. Sharafu, he's given it away.
Yeah, I think it was a shot of desperation from Alishan Sharfu. He knew that the runs were needed and he went for it, and in the process perished. Ali Nasir comes into bat. Another promising, exciting talent for UAE, and he is off the mark with a single. An excellent fielding in the deep. They were looking for the second, but they had no chance.
I think that's Rohit Powdell out at long off. And immediately look at the difference in trajectory between to the right-hander and to the left-hander. Mala knows his game. That's darted in. And now to the right-hander. Watch how slow it will be through the air, forcing Aravind to put the pace onto the ball. Not easy to play, is it? And despite the boundary, 6 runs have come from the over and the wicket to go with it. The UAE are going just above a run a ball. 14 have been bowled. 90 for 4.
The last 5 overs are going to be very crucial.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पूरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन.
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ.
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ.
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई. यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Doing absolutely the correct thing in getting Lamachani into the game. Bahar is a death specialist. It doesn't mean that he has to bowl 4 overs. Lamachani will bowl now overs. I would expect 15 and 17, and I would be sorely tempted to go with Mala as the 16th, and then you maybe have 3 from the seamers at the end, or even keep Mala going if he's going well. There's always the wild card, Dipendra Singh Airi too.
I don't think Dipendra Singh Airi might get a chance to bowl today, and a lot could be because of the injury that he's recovering from. A shot from Sandeep, and nicely played by Ritti Aravind along the ground again. So it's going to be a problem of plenty for Rohit Powdell. He'll have to choose wisely on who he wants to bowl in the death. Sandeep definitely deserves another over after this. He's bowled exceptionally well. Is it going to be the spinners, or will it be the pacers in the death overs? UAE would want pace on offer. this over and the next one from Sandeep are going to be very crucial.
Well, we saw Lamachani bowl as good a leg break as you'll ever see yesterday. To cut, I think it was Ayan Khan in half. It was Shane Warne-esque, it really was. He'd been setting him up with googlies and then he got a sharp spinning one from this angle. I think he's better around the wicket to the left-handers. Nicely punched down the ground, but there's protection out there, who again fields well. Nepal's ground fielding, it's been close to immaculate thus far.
We all know that Nepal is a very good fielding side. They've worked really hard on that aspect of the game, and that has resulted in the amount of success that Nepal have managed to achieve in the last year or two.
The problem for the UAE, Aravind, he almost roars, whether it's frustration or pain. It's just going nowhere, 31 off 37.
You have to now try and accelerate. I think he's just waiting for this over from Sandeep. Not giving him a wicket is a mini achievement of sorts for UAE, and that is what seems to be the plan for Vritya Arvind.
Sure, but are the UAE, as the game is progressing, as this innings is progressing here, as they're seeing what the pitch is doing, are they recalibrating their targets? You were talking about 150, 160 maybe 40 minutes ago. Is it 135, 140 now?
Well, I still feel they've got the batting to get to that total of 140 plus at least, if not more. 50 runs in the last 5, definitely possible. With Basil Hamid yet to come, they've got Ayan who can bat, Nilansh can bat as well. So they've got enough batting, but they have to apply themselves.
It's another supreme over from Lamachani. 4 singles from it. Nepal will take that in a big way. 5 remain. They're going to be 5 critical overs. It's 94 for 4.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पूरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Any view will do here in Nepal. And I wondered about the wild card of Dipender Singh Ari with a few off breaks. It's going to be the skipper himself with his part-time off spin. That's how much I feel the conditions are impacting this contest already. Go back to my point. I've been so surprised by the team selections. 16 overs of potential seam today for Nepal. And even with a drag down like that, it gets away with it. The pitch is stopping, it's turning, and it's going to make for what is going to be an ever so nervy next couple of hours to decide this World Cup spot job.
It's going to be a challenging situation, no doubt about that. If we can get to 140, it will be a decent total, a very good total. And you're right, that half-tracker, I'm sure Ali Nasir will feel that he's missed out on an opportunity to score big. But Ritya goes big. It's been up and over, and he's played that in the gap. Yet another boundary for UAE.
Yeah, great innovation from Aravind. He's almost had to kind of force the pace onto that delivery himself. Maybe Irie is unable to bowl because of that injury, so they're gone to the captain with these part-timers. He has bowled once in the tournament already. Did pick up a wicket, a very good caught and bowled effort. Was Mala the better option for this over? I really felt he was.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Mala definitely deserved another over. Rohit has taken a big gamble on himself. Hopefully it pays off for Nepal. But this is going to be an interesting contest now. I've got that feeling that Ali Nasir is trying to go big against Rohit Podal. If anything is in his range, he's going to go for it.
2 big balls in the context of the game, no doubt. Goes down the ground, long off in place. Carries and taken! Kushal Bertel, the Butwell boss, has seen the back of Ali Nazir. Something had to give, you could clearly feel it, couldn't you? And somehow it's the captain of Nepal who's found the 5th. And UAE in a spot of bother now.
A great catch first up from Burtel. It was not easy, it was flat, and he made sure that he got his hands underneath the ball. But I would say this is a half-hearted shot from Ali Nasir. He didn't go for it, he just timed it and timed it too well, and an excellent take from Burtel. So at the stroke of 100, Ali Nasir has played a false shot and Burtel has taken a very, very good catch under pressure. 100 for 5.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब वर्लिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ।
हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, तिम्रो मेरो हाम्रो सबको मनमा छ वाइ।
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Fazal Hamid to the crease. Critical 4 overs after this delivery are going to go a long way to deciding the fate of this contest. The curator, everyone in around Mulpani felt it was a good flat wicket. Quite a lot of cricket here since the end of the monsoon. This is another look at this. Brilliant catch, really well held, well judged. Swift footwork made that possible from Burtel. I think this wicket is starting to tire, starting to wear, and starting to turn very significantly. Every run is going to count here. And Aravind, if he can even end up with 55 or 55, that could end up being game-changing. And he's doing it with close to one hand. What can Fazal Hamid do? He wants to get off the mark immediately, but he's sent back. Howell's gamble costs only 6 and picks up a wicket. 16 bowled, 100 for 5.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोज अप। यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथ वाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Drone is out, just keeping everyone safe. I believe that you can't even get up from the main road anymore. There's that many people in the area, so do be careful out there. The reason I'm going to disagree with you, though, I would not go back to pace. Not this over. I would go Lamachane, number 17. I would go Mala, 18. And then I would just have an overreach of Bahara and Kami at the death. I think you want to drag out the spinners as deep as you can. Paudel sees it differently. He's going to go to Bahara. And I think Bahara, in fairness, is mainly going to bowl cutters. There's going to be as little pace on the ball as possible. Can UAE get to 130?
Potentially they can, but for that they'll want Basil Hamid to play another blinder. They've relied on him heavily in the middle order and they'll want him to deliver the goods today as well. Slower delivery, and this has been hit straight and very close to the fielder. Burtel with that flying effort, but Ritya Arvind, well, from nowhere, he's played that right from the middle of the bat with a bruised hand, and he's managed to get 6 runs.
This is exactly why I would not have pace on the ball. Great effort, unbelievable effort, in fact, from Kushal Patel. Look at how high he got. It wasn't a catching chance, it was just maybe a chance to prevent a maximum. But pressure now on Bahara. Another slower ball heaved away, and it's going to be 6 more. It's the wrong call, I believe, to go to Bahara. But what about for Ritya Aravind? Unbelievable. He's doing it almost with one hand. Such guts, such determination. 21 years of age, his 100th appearance. Back-to-back maximums.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man, they say. And Ritya Arvind has just been phenomenal so far with the bat. He's been wanting to score some runs, and what better occasion than today to get to 49 runs in 43 balls. He was, prior to these 2 deliveries, he was always playing at less than run a ball, but he's now played some important shots and has got 12 runs in the first 3 deliveries of this Bora over.
It's always easy from up here. It's easy from the commentary box to see which way the game is trending. Just since Lamachane had to bowl this 17th, it got rid of one of the two danger overs then with the shorter boundary on the leg side. Cut away, 6-6, and now it's going to run away for 4 more. Outstanding batting, and 50 to young Viridi Aravind. 21 years old, his 100th appearance. Thanks to the heavens, it's a 5th T20 international. 50 for him. It's come from 44 deliveries. He's accelerated marvellously well. 6 4s and those 2 6s.
A valiant knock, a fighting knock from Viridi Aravind, and that is why I feel he's one of the better cricketers in UAE. Absolutely wonderful with the temperament. That's the boundary again. Just beats the fielder at point. Plays on the merit of the ball. Didn't play that before the ball was bowled. Realized that it's short and played accordingly.
Does get to the block hole this time, so less damage done for Nepal, but a big swing in momentum, a big shift towards the UAE. They may feel it could move them into the ascendancy. 17 runs from just 4 deliveries, and the problem for Rohit Paudel now is who's going to bowl the 19th over. Surely he can't persist with Bahara. I think Basil Hamid's going to try and crown this over with another big one.
And they'll want to make the most of it now, since Bora is down and out. Goes full and hits it towards covers. So a lucky escape for Bora on that last ball. Only a single, but a very good over for UAE in the context of the game. 17 overs bowled, 118 for 5.
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
बडी टिकाउ बडी कभरेज
दिमाग लगाऊ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेन चलाऊ
गेन पिनेरोलाक हेल्दी होम पेन्स फ्रम जापान
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
The equation, they're remaining with 2 more overs after that, and in those 2 overs, if they can get 25 more, overall, if they can get around 30 runs in the next 3 overs, I think it'll be a great achievement for UAE. 138 is going to be a very good score on this wicket.
Yeah, fully agree. I just wonder again, I understand there's risk to it, but should they have gone Mala this over, Lamachane the 19th? Dragged down, could be a catching opportunity out in the deep. It goes to deep backward square, and it's taken. It's Lamachane again. And Basil Hamid is just wondering what he's done. He's known as the Iceman now in the middle order, and he's given it away as well.
Well, Basil should have not given away his wicket here. It was not needed. Even if you had calculated 6 runs and over in this Sandeep over, it would have been a success. But I think it's the nerves just giving away. It was a half-tracker. He went for it, didn't get the connection right. And a very good catch at square leg. So another wicket falls for UAE just at the wrong time. Nepal will fancy restricting UAE to less than 130 now. Basil is out and he's walking back after scoring just 1 run of 3 deliveries. 118 for 6.
You're real ho.
यो हो रियल रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरूमा रु 15,500 सम्मको वर्लिङ लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्
We all have our favourites in commentary. It's part of the joy of our profession. Shoaib, Ayan Khan, he's one of my very favourite. How brilliant is this 17-year-old? So we get one more look at the wicket.
Well, yes, I think he's absolutely phenomenal. He's a rising star in the UAE. Yes-no situation. Now this is much better from Ayan. At least he's not going for his big shots. He knows, and he's put a value on his wicket. Does need to go for anything extraordinary. That's the catch again of Basil Hamid. It was on, the shot was on, but he didn't get it from the middle of the bat. And Gulshan Jah takes a very good catch in the deep.
For me, it's a poor piece of game management from Basil Hamid. Yes, it wasn't Lamachani's best ball, but just work it away for 2. Leg break's almost unplayable from Lamachani. Over 19 has all of a sudden taken on an even more critical agenda in this semi-final, this straight shootout for a World Cup spot. I don't think they're going to get much from these 3 balls of Lamachani. So the 19th over, maybe with Aravind on strike, they're going to have to go big to get to that 140 marker. He's a magician, this man, isn't he? Unplayable.
That's a peach of a delivery from Sandeep. Had no clue, Ayan, where the ball was going, and a lot of turn and grip and bounce. And like I said, Sandeep must be enjoying bowling on this wicket, and he would want to take this wicket with him everywhere he goes.
Pack it up, bring it on the jet plane with you. Shane Warne, eat your heart out here. Lamachani on fire. Big appeal, no edge that time. And for me, this shows how important it was to run that single from Ayan Khan's first delivery. They just had to get the head down, get Aravind on. A wicket followed by 4 dots. We're in the 18th over.
Yeah, I think I was expecting that from Sandeep. He does enjoy these challenges. Not surprised one bit. Another dot ball, and this could very well be a wicket maiden.
It is a wicket maiden. Lamachani is going to finish with the marvellous analysis of 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 14. Take a bow. Nepal's very best. It's 118 for 6.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
म फरक छु किनकि म प्लास्टिकको प्रयोग कम गर्छु। अब तपाई पनि बन्ने हैन त फरक?
It's really a daredevil act to sit like that, the way this gentleman is sitting on the roof.
Now, the 19th we said is critical. Who would you have bowled? Rohit Paudal's gone with Bahara.
I would have brought in one of the senior bowlers, Karan Casey or Sompal Kami for that matter, to bowl the 19th, get a wicket, and then maybe try with Bora for the 20th. Goes big, goes straight, goes flat, and as expected, Ritya Arvind has taken a liking to Bora. Not the best of deliveries, and I can see my good friend sitting beside me, Andrew, with his hand on his head. He cannot believe that Bora is bowling the penultimate over.
I know he's the death specialist. He's done it so well. He's the tournament's joint leading wicket taker. But it's all about analysing the pitch, the conditions, and then proactively reacting to that. If you can't have seen that during the 17th over that there could have been trouble for this 19th over, it was very apparent. Sandeep Lamachani has run 70 yards from the edge of the 130-yard circle to the other to give Bahara some advice. I suspect it's telling him to take the pace off the ball. I also am too sure about the field. They need more men straight down the ground. There's only a long on and a cow corner in place. Does nail the block hole this time. Well bowled, Avanesh Bahara. Big delivery, that one.
Good delivery from Bora. That's a good comeback. Full pace and also full and wide. So not a bad option to be bowling. Making Ritya Arvind play towards the bigger part of the boundary. Great idea and excellent execution. But can he bowl there on a consistent basis is the question.
Maybe, Shoaib. Just maybe. That's what Lamachani was saying. Now he's going to come round the wicket. So I think it is going to be that wide line he's steering it towards. Really well bowled by Bahara under the utmost of pressure, and it's probably the best possible result. It's a single, and it means Ayan Khan, he's very capable with the bat. He's going to have to find some support for Aravind.
Yeah, just a single, I think. Just a single from Ayan should be fine for UAE. Get Ritya Arvind back on strike. He's the man who's played 48 deliveries. He's the man who's set, who knows the conditions, the pitch well. So get that single and get to the non-striking end, young Ayan.
That's exactly what he does. He gets the single, and it gives a chance for Varitya Aravind to have 2 balls with Bahara to work with. I think he wants 2s, 4s and 6s here.
Yeah, he's going to go for the big hit, that's for sure. But this is good bowling. Good comeback from Bora after being hit for a 4. Getting those Yorkers right. Goes for the scoop, plays it over fine leg. Does well. If Bora is good, Arvind is better in this contest.
Well, this is stunning. We know how good Varitya Aravind is, but this is maybe one of his best innings ever. And it replicates something he did against Bahrain at the T20 World Cup qualifier last year when he dragged his side almost single-handedly, kicking and screaming over the line and into the semi-finals. They actually lost that game. They did just enough to get through to the semis to then qualify for that World Cup down in Australia where Karthik Mayappan and co lit it up. And he's doing this all with just one hand. He didn't want the boundary this time. He wanted the singles. He wanted the strike. And with an over remaining, Aravind is 64. It's 129 for 6.
Good over.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Bay Fresh, Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay Ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोजअप, यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथवाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
What they're watching here, it is history in the making, Andrew.
And what a call this is. I felt that he could have bowled Mala over number 18, Lamachane 19 and then Kami 20. Instead he's going to bowl Kushal Mala, the teenager. The final over. Aravind goes downtown, but all he's done is pick out the man, and Mala, oh what a talent he is. He's got 2 for, and Aravind now falls, and maybe that hopes of 140 plus disappears with it. Every fan is on their feet at the Mulpani. We've got a thriller on our hands.
Well, the crowds, they realize that this is a big wicket. Varitya Aravind trying to accelerate, just the right thing to do, didn't get the elevation and nor the distance, and a well-played innings from Varitya Aravind comes to an end. He's done the job for his side with just one hand, and what a knock this is. He would have wanted to stay there till the end, but not to be. 64 of 51 for him. It's 129 for 7.
Dad,
जाऊ बाइक निकाल त।
कहाँ जाने Dad?
ब्याङ्क जानु छ एउटा कामले।
ब्याङ्क? ल आउनुहोस्। यो फिजिकल होइन, डिजिटलको जमाना हो। यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Clever bowling, flatter through the air. Remarkably, I just asked you off air, how many extras do you think there's been? There has only been 2 now. It was 1 when I asked you. Both of those buys, Nepal brilliant with their lines, their accuracy, no wides, no balls.
And that is something that you will want to replicate in the second innings. They've been disciplined, Nepal bowlers, and they haven't given anything away. And UAE would want to do that in the second innings as well.
Down towards long on. This is going to be another chance. They're just not getting the pace of Mala. Ayan Khan now holds out. Mala is such a clever bowler. He is giving UAE 0 pace, minus pace almost to work with. At the end of this innings, it's belonging to Nepal.
Well, what a masterstroke this is from Rohit Paudel. We all thought Kushal Mala deserved 4 overs and should have bowled 4 overs, but what a spell this is from the left arm spinner, bowling the 20th over, not afraid to flight the ball, and Ayan Khan falling for it. 1 of 7 for him as he walks back. UAE losing the plot here. It's 130 and they've lost 7 wickets. 8 wickets. Excuse me.
Original taste, the original fun, one and only.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Junaid Sadiq to the crease, and he only knows one way. He's got the world's greatest bat speed. And when he connects, it goes miles.
And he's got the biggest 6 of the World Cup as well to his name. I think he hit a 106-meter 6 in the T20 World Cup.
Finally a wide. It's taken all the way to the penultimate ball of the first innings. Mala just dragged that one down. Can he get out of his spell here? 2 deliveries left. He's got 3 for 8 remarkably. It will finally be a run off the bat in the over, but good fielding will keep it to maybe just 1. A run out chance? No, they'll get back for 2. And UAE, can they finish with a flourish? Can they find a boundary for 137 or 139?
That's running between the wickets. Milanch already was off the mark and made sure that he came back to the non-striking end in time. Good tag team effort between Rohit and Purtel. And this is going to be the last ball of the innings.
Sadiq hits it towards long on. Oh, it's put down. What an effort from Bertel. It's only going to cost 1 run, I think, because it's run out. What is Junaid Sadiq doing? Oh dear, that's a very foolish piece of cricket. Critical could that be? Let's hope Kushal Bertel is okay. It's going to be 1 run to the total because of the drop catch. But Powdell was quick enough and swift enough to get the throw in. That would have been extraordinary. I think he's landed awkwardly in his belly. Powdell saved the boundary, and he saw Sadiq was just walking the second. What was he thinking? And clearly, Asif Sheikh has run him out, and a run, crucial run potentially, has been stripped away from the UAE.
ICC Men's T20 World Cup Final एसियाको पहिलो इनिङको समाप्ति भएको छ। नेपाल भर्सेस युएई को पहिलो इनिङमा टस जितेर ब्याटिङ गरेको युएई ले निर्धारित 20 ओभरमा 9 विकेट गुमाउँदै 134
Well, it sounds easy, doesn't it? You say it like that, it feels like a cakewalk. I can guarantee.
Workout सँगै चाहिन्छ Dabur Honey, जसले पुरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन।
Dabur Honey मा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ।
Dabur Honey, stay fit, feel young.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ।
नडराउ, मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई।
पम्प रब छु?
हो, लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प रब छु, संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Body टिकाउ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाऊ, Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाऊ।
Gain Nerolac healthy home paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
Whirlingको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरुमा रु 15,500 सम्मको whirling लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
यो रियल हो?
यो हो रियल। रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
ड्याड जाऊ बाइक निकाल त
कहाँ जाने ड्याड
ब्याङ्क जानु छ एउटा कामले
ब्याङ्क लाउन्स यो फिजिकल होइन डिजिटलको जमाना हो यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Body टिकाउ body coverage
दिमाग लगाओ जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ
अनि दिमाग लगाओ जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
Original taste, the original fun, one and only.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
वर्ल्डिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3279 को बोट एडो 170 वायरलेस इयरफोन मात्र रु 1679 मा आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ नपत्याए
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
काम धुलो र पोल्युसनले तपाईको पहिचानलाई नै फिक्का बनाइदिन्छ फेयर एन्ड ह्यान्डसम यसले गर्छ डार्क स्पट कम र दिन्छ लामो समय निखार फेयर एन्ड ह्यान्डसम अब दुनियाँले चिनेछ तपाईलाई फेयर एन्ड ह्यान्डसम अब फेस वाशमा पनि उपलब्ध छ
वर्ल्डिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरूमा रु 15500 सम्मको वर्ल्डिङ लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
यो रियल हो
यो हो रियल रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
ड्याड
जाऊ बाइक निकाल त
कहाँ जाने ड्याड
ब्याङ्क जानु छ एउटा कामले
ब्याङ्क लाउन्स यो फिजिकल होइन डिजिटलको जमाना हो यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Body टिकाउ body coverage
दिमाग लगाओ जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ
अनि दिमाग लगाओ जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
वर्ल्डिङको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर अब वर्ल्डिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस् छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्डिङ
Original taste, the original fun, one and only.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ नपत्याए
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 24 जोडीले पाउनुहोस् दुबई घुम्ने मौका। स्यामसङ प्रोडक्ट्सहरूमा रु 15,500 सम्मको वर्लिङ लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट साथै बोटको वायरलेस एयरफोन मात्र रु 1699 मा।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, तिम्रो मेरो हाम्रो सबको मनमा छ वाइ।
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा।
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3299 को बोट एडोप्स 170 वायरलेस एयरफोन मात्र रु 1699 मा। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay fresh, be ready with Bay fresh. Be ready with Bay fresh. Bay fresh, be ready with Bay fresh. Be ready with Bay fresh. Bay fresh, be ready with Bay
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay fresh.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ।
नडराउ, मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई।
पम्प रब छु
हो, लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
ड्याड, यो फिजिकल होइन डिजिटलको जमाना हो। यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
बडी टिकाउ, बडी कभरेज।
दिमाग लगाओ, जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ।
हाँ नि, दिमाग लगाओ, जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेंट चलाओ। KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्लिङ
बडी टिकाउ
को फेस्टिभ अफर 24
Hello and welcome back to the second innings of the first semi-final here at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup final, the Asia region, as it is Nepal taking on UAE. Well, the first innings is part of history. UAE, after winning the toss, have decided to bat first and have managed to get to 135 in their allotted 20 overs, as the sea of Nepali fans is just not ceasing to stop. We are seeing fans in large numbers out there who've come out to support the Nepal side in this dream to get into the World Cup as well. It's going to be the two openers, the usual suspects for Nepal. Kushal Bhurtel at the top, opening the innings. He'll be facing the first ball along with Asif, while both these openers will want to make sure they don't give away wickets in the first 6 overs. That is going to be key. On the other hand, it is going to be Junaid Siddiqui opening the innings for UAE with the ball in his hand, and he will be looking for wickets. He'll be looking to go one up against Bhurtel and Asif. So it's going to be an exciting and enthralling 20 overs, and we are pleased to bring you these live scenes from the MCG, the Mulpani Cricket Ground. My name is Shoaib, and with me in the comm box is Andrew. Andrew, welcome.
Very good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Junaid Siddiqui to get us going, and immediately it feels like every ball, every over is going to be massive in the context of who will qualify for the World Cup. A big call from Mohammad Wasim. He's not gone with the spin to open with. He's backed maybe one of the very best fast bowlers in the associate game.
Yeah, and I agree with this decision of Mohammad Wasim. We saw the two spinners coming into bowl yesterday. I think Junaid is very effective with the new ball, and he is always looking for wickets, and that's what you need from your fast bowler. Asif Sheikh will now be facing his first delivery against Junaid Siddiqui. Going to be a cracker of a game, the second innings, as Nepal look to chase 136. Edged and beats the fielder. Excitement right on ball number 2 of the innings. Junaid Siddiqui's got a short third fielder, which is very surprising. And Asif Sheikh, well, he'll find himself to be very lucky. He's off the mark, but not in the most pleasing manner.
Well, pace on the ball for me is always going to be risk and reward. Yes, it can profit because you can get wickets, but with the way that this pitch has played, you just wonder, is it the right call? And Sheikh is very competent and excellent technique. And he got enough of that. Okay, it was fortuitous, yes, but he gets a boundary. And every run is going to be roared here at the Mulpani ground.
A short ball, wanted to pull that. And Junaid Siddiqui, the usual Junaid Siddiqui, very animated and always has something to say to the batter. Does like to talk a lot, especially when he's bowling. That was a good delivery, not too short. Asif wanted to pull that. Luckily, he's played that along the ground and straight back to Junaid Siddiqui, who just wanted to take a shy at the stumps, decides not to. Good comeback after being hit for a 4. Still no change in the field. There's a deep backward point and a short third in place.
Cut away imperiously, right on top of the bounce. 4 from the moment it left the bat. Width on offer at full pace, and that is not where to bowl on this wicket. Sheikh cashes in.
Oh yes, that's a poor delivery. Shot in wide. And Asif Sheikh, the kind of batter he is, very technically sound, plays that to perfection. It was 4 the moment it left the bat. That's how well timed it was. Asif gets his first boundary, and that's the first 4 for Nepal in this run chase as well. In fact, the second boundary, 1 coming off the edge, the second coming right from the middle of the bat.
Down the leg side, going to be possibly a leg by. There might have been some glove involved. But again, what we'll see from basically everyone in this top order of Nepal is a very swift movement between the wickets. Every run that they can take, they will take. They have their jitters chasing historically Nepal. They've got better in recent times, but the cardiac kids have that nickname for a reason. They always test out the heart rate, the pulse rate, the blood pressure of those watching, not just here in Nepal, but the diaspora around the world. Aptly named. Great running again. That's straight to the fielder, and he's cantered home for a single despite the direct hit. 11 come from the first. It's a pleasing start for Nepal. 11 for none.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
हो, लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प, रब, छु। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
And as we guessed and as we predicted, it's going to be spin from the other end. So that 1 over was just so that the ball gets a bit old, so that Ayan can grip the ball well and can turn on this surface, which is going to assist the spinners. No Ritya Arvind behind the stumps. It is Aryansh donning the gloves as a substitute. And first ball, what a shot. What a way to welcome Ayan on the pads, and Kushal Burtel says, thank you very much. I'm going to sweep that for 4.
You're seeing here, Shoaib, as to why the first 6 overs are so important. That was the one time in the innings, really, outside of that Aravind burst against Bahara, where the UAE scored freely with Mohammad Wasim going at it. There's only 2 fielders allowed out. I think Bertel and Sheikh are going to attack. This one's hit him probably up in the shoulder. We may have a concussion check here. We are going to have a concussion check. I think a good move from the UAE to go firstly with Cam, but also give Aryan Sharma the gloves, given that horrendous injury that really Aravind battled through so bravely.
Oh yes, we saw that he struggled all throughout that first innings with the bat, and it's just the right thing to do, get Aryansh behind the gloves, behind the stumps with the gloves, and that's the delivery from Ayan. Wanted to sweep that yet again. It was not too full, and Burtel was hit flush on the helmet. So as that regulatory requirement There is a concussion test done and all seems to be fine as Kushan Purcell is setting up to face the next delivery.
Yeah, rightly so as well. Again, an excellent piece of umpiring. Rashid Riaz, Ghazi Sahel have been first class. Credit to them. And it's really good actually for a qualifier of this prominence and importance. We're one step away. A reminder for those who've just come in from Mars or the moon to watch this. This is for the T20 World Cup next year. But we've got the Test Nation umpires here. Swept again, and swept with real control and conviction and no shortage of class too. A punch of the hands in frustration from Ayan Khan. Nepal off to a flyer.
Well, too flat, too straight from Ayan, too quick as well, and Purcell has found the gap yet again. What a way to counter-attack. He's sweeping well and he's placing it in the gap. Purcell is looking good and he's looking like a man possessed.
Again, an attempted sweep shot. It won't be any runs this time. The punch you made there, which is the most salient and most important, too quick. The pace to bowl on this wicket isn't Ayan Khan's natural darting left arm spin. It's too easy at that pace. Okay, that's only a single. He has to be slower. Look at what Kushal Malla did. He was outstanding, almost unplayable from this same end.
Somebody needs to go and tell Ayan to bowl a lot slower. Flight the ball, because that's the only way he can get turned. The flatter he bowls, the easier it comes on to the bat. 9 runs of this over. 20 on the board already for Nepal. UAE feeling the heat. And again he bowls flat and quick. And they managed to tuck away for a single. So excellent over for Nepal in the context of the game. They have started off on a positive note. 21 for no loss after 2.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ, Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाओ.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभल अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब वर्लिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ।
For Junaid Siddiqui as in comes Nilanj Keswani, another left arm spinner. Again, not somebody who can turn the ball a lot, but what he does well is that he's got a very special arm ball that does tend to come in to the right hander. Let's see if he's going to step up to the occasion today.
Well, huge occasion for him. Now, he will bowl a very different kind of left arm spin to Kushal Malla in particular, but he's not going to try and turn it. I suspect he might be a bit more effective than Ayan Khan. Ayan Khan looked awfully hurried, a bit rushed. Keshwani, can he show a bit more poise? The thing about that flying start is they can afford a quiet over or two at the same time. They just want to keep those wickets in hand, Nepal.
That's the right approach. Don't have to hurry things up. They've started off well in the second innings. Just build on that. Nicely bowled, and that arm ball again we were talking about. Nilanj Keswani, he is a bowler who does grow in confidence with every passing over. He will get even more difficult to score. So you don't allow the bowler to settle. That should be the plan.
Sweep shots, and oh, that's brilliant. Expert manipulation of the field, understanding of the angle and the pace of the delivery too. We're only 16 balls into the chase, and look at the body language of the UAE. A few hunched shoulders, a few crossed arms all of a sudden.
Oh yes, tense moments for UAE. They've leaked quite a few runs, and the spinners have leaked runs. That has been a problem for UAE. That's a very good shot. Knowing where the fielders were, he played it and timed it to perfection.
And now he's happy to work it into the leg side for a single. We saw yesterday a real stutter when Nepal chased, not altogether too dissimilar target from Oman. How can UAE start to get those jitters across again? They need wickets.
Yeah, they need to plan on how to take these wickets. It cannot be a regular template. They need to think out of the box. Now he's got that square leg in place. The ball is not turning enough, so the field has to be on the mark. Goes big. This is in the air. Wasim coming underneath it and will take it. That is a big wicket, and that is what UAE want. They want wickets. Nilanj Keswani strikes just at the right time.
Excellent catch. This is so well judged by Mohammad Wasim. He could have got lost and trapped with his footwork, but he made the initial ground early, and then he just took a comfortable few steps backwards to pouch it right in front of his eyes. And after such a good start, all of Nepal will be thinking, did we need that shot from Kushal Bertel? He's been dismissed. It's a massive wicket. He's gone for 11. It's 26 for 1.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Bay Fresh. Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Bay Fresh. Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay Fresh.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प र छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
First wicket has fallen, and a huge call. Monty Desai is not afraid of making big calls. He sent out Gulshan Jah, who, as many of you will have seen from the memes going around social media, they think that he is a beast against UAE because of that innings in the ACC Men's Premier Cup. The one at the time, I remember him batting at 3. Here's a look at the wicket. Hard to get across how good a catch this is from Mohammad Wasim. He's judged it superbly. Change in bowling. Ayan Khan comes off, and Junaid Siddique changes ends. An immediate big appeal. Didn't hear any noise myself. I don't think Arnett Sharma really believed it either. Junaid thought it was out. But this call from Monty Desai to go to Jah, how much of that is to do with history? And that one other time that I remember him batting at 3, that was in an ODI. He made 67 off 84, and Nepal won by 7 wickets.
Well, clearly that could be one of the reasons, but I think the main reason is that the left-arm spinners are in operation. And to counter that, he's been promoted up the order, been sent at number 3. They've still got Kushal Malla in the ranks. So clearly, it's going to be an interesting move. But what I feel is that UAE should take this as an opportunity, get another quick wicket, and put pressure back on Nepal.
That's not going to help down the leg side, given as a wide. Freebie indicated by the umpire, gets a nice warm cheer. Incredible atmosphere, unforgettable in fact, here at the Mulpani Cricket Ground. It's never seen the like of it before. It only debuted in international cricket in April this year. It became the 190th T20I venue just about 2 weeks ago. And now it's the biggest stage being provided for 2 of the very best sides in associate cricket anywhere in the world. Certainly, maybe arguably the 2 best in Asia. Oh man, will have something to say about that as they are in action across at the TU. Quick update from there as it's a single. They need 107 to qualify and off to a solid start. 25 for none. Bahrain have it all to do.
Well, Oman definitely have their 1 foot in that plane already to the World Cup. 107, they'll fancy chasing it down, but all the eyes and all the focus is on this game. Nepal taking on UAE, and they just need another 107 runs from 100 deliveries. It's not going to be easy, and that is what we want. We want to see high-octane entertainment here at the MCG, the Mulpani Cricket Ground. Nicely played with soft hands, straight to point. This is what they want to do now. Create that pressure of dot balls. There's a new batter out there in the middle, Gulshan Jah, as you rightly mentioned, Andrew. He's not a regular number 3. So he too will be feeling the heat, the pressure, the jitters, the butterflies in his stomach.
Yeah, no doubt, but he's another youngster who loves the big occasion. He really does. He's still 17. He's impressed everyone with every piece of cricket he's provided for the nation this year. It sounded so easy when you said it there, Shoaib. 107 off 100 balls. It's going to feel like 10 times that if they'll get there, Nepal. Right on the money. Beauty from Junaid Sadiq. Change of ends seems to have enlivened the big toll quick. And this was so nearly the second wicket.
And this is what that pressure of chasing a target does. Gulshan Jah is a little hesitant. He doesn't know whether he needs to go all guns blazing in the power play overs or make sure that he doesn't lose a wicket. Well, we see some smoke coming right behind Aryansh. I think it's the LED which is short-circuited, just like we are here in the comm box. Almost there, Andrew.
Just when we thought things couldn't get any more dramatic. Smoke billowing around the outfield. Good short ball now. Is that too short? No, says the square leg umpire. And a bit of a stare and maybe a word too from Sadiq. He's a tall man, which is reasonably rare within the Nepal national team. So probably just not going over the head of the standing position.
Well, Junaid Siddiqui, he's a character, and I've been fortunate enough to play against him. I think that was around 7-8 years back. It was his first game in the UAE, coincidentally. And he was absolutely on fire in that first game. Got a hat-trick against us. Still didn't get my wicket though. Last ball of the over coming up. Tucked away towards square leg. Asif Khan will clean that up. Just a single. A very good over in the context of the game for UAE. 29 for 1.
Real fruitबाट बनेको real juiceमा छ real nutrition, real taste र real happiness. त्यसैले त real juice real हो नि.
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, हाम्रो मनमा वाइ वाइ, तिम्रो मेरो हाम्रो सबको मनमा छ वाइ.
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा.
Another medium pacer comes into the attack. Well, I don't like to call him a medium pacer. He's quick, he's young, he's talented. It's Ali Nasir, the all-rounder for UAE. Has managed to get some purchase of the wicket. Has already got 2 player of the matches in this tournament. Ali Nasir, he's had a great run. Can he get one more to his name and help UAE get into the World Cup?
Yeah, all on the line here. We'll have about probably an hour and 15 minutes of enthralling action. Don't by any means think this chase is going to be easy. It's not. Beats the outside edge, maybe even the inside edge. In fact, immediately slip in place. Nazir, since he's come into international cricket, he's had an impact in almost everything that he's done.
Yes, made his debut against the West Indies earlier this year in Sharjah. Got a one-day 50 to his name. Ali Nasir was also the captain of the emerging team in the Asia Cup that went to Sri Lanka. Just in a very short span of time. Oh, this is in the air. Is that a chance? Is that a chance? Well, no. Khalid Shah was at that mid-off region and he's not able to reach there in time. Half chance, but should have been taken. Jitters continue for Gulshan Jah.
This goes back to my points about the disparity between the fielding quality of the two teams. Nazir was certain it was a chance. You can see his reaction there, as was Aryan Sharma. I think if that goes to Rohit Paudel, to Kushal Patel, to Dipendra Singh Airi, certainly I think that's taken. Again, it wasn't the final act of catching, it was the initial movements that he made that weren't swift enough. Jas flats back to that straight to Wasim, who throws it back in his face. There's a definite aggression out there now between these two sides.
Well, it's important to have the right fielders in the right place, and I think Basil Hamid should be sharing that position with Mohammad Wasim, that mid-off, mid-on. Khalid Shah, not taking any credit away from him, but just couldn't get there. He's a good fielder. He's taken some good catches, Khalid Shah. But I think Basil could have been a better option.
There's no doubt they carry a few in the field. Asif Khan, for example, is not exactly swift across the turf. Jazz is playing a shot a minute. I wonder, is that the role he's been sent out to play, to try and continue to exploit the power play? I suspect we'll see Rohit Powdell next at 4 and then maybe Kushal Malla at 5.
Yeah, I think Gulshan Jha is just a bit confused about his role as of now. I'm sure he's been given clear instructions, but this target is a tricky target. It's 135. You're not sure whether you need to go all guns blazing or you need to take the cautious route, and by the time you realize that run rate just creeps up to 7 and 8, that's what UAE would want. Nepal, on the other hand, would want to make full use of the power play and try and get to at least 45 in the first 6.
It's a case of trying to bring the required run rate into play, isn't it? Less than 7 and over, you look at it from the start, you say, oh, that's not going to be a factor, but with the way in which the spinners influenced that game in the first innings, they had points were close to unplayable, and will they end up out bowling the UAE spinners? Could that be the other dictating factor, not just the fielding? Malla was exceptional, Lamachani supreme. Nazir started nicely, 3 runs from the over, but just 2 off the bat. It's 32 for 1.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ, Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाओ.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
Whirlingको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्टमा पाउनुहोस् स्यामसङका विभिन्न प्रडक्टहरूमा रु 15,500 सम्मको whirling लोयल्टी डिस्काउन्ट. आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्.
Here to Mulpani to just be in and around the environment and the occasion. Now Zahor Khan is going to come in pretty significantly earlier than we'd be used to seeing him. And just adding up those 8 overs of spin that Nepal bowled. 4 from Lamachani, 3 from Malla, 1 from Powdell. Those 8 overs. It's nicely driven, finds the gap. It's another subpar effort in the field, really not easy to stop, but the perfect extra cover drive from Gulshan Jha will get his first boundary.
Well, too many bowling changes in the first 6 overs. Zahur Khan being brought into the attack in the 6th over of the game. And the first ball, 2 full, nicely driven. Wasim putting in the dive, but if he can't stop it, I don't think anybody else in the cricketing world can. I have to question this decision of bringing Zahur Khan to bowl the 6th over. Immensely experienced. Vast amount of experience that he holds. Zahur Khan has played a lot of T20 cricket, but he's not bowled in the power play overs. This could be a game-changing moment.
And this was there to be hit. In fact, it was any batting it, definitely a single, could easily have been 4. We're just coming to those 8 overs of spin in that first innings. Lamachani, Malla, Powdell, 8 overs, 1 maiden. 6 for 31. So you can do the maths from the rest of the overs. The other 12, they've gone for 103 runs. Real fortune for Jha this time. Nowhere near where he intended. I think it was the cutter from Cam, which he's probably going to have to predominantly bowl. That's the disparity between pace and spin on today's wicket. UAE spinners, they will have to step up outside of this power play to win this game for the men from the Emirates.
Yes, and that is why I again have to reiterate the fact that Basil Hamid needs to bowl. What if one of your bowlers is having an off day, one of your spinners is having an off day? You need to have Basil Hamid ready to take that role and get those 2-3 overs in. Just feel that Basil Hamid should be given a chance, at least 1 over after the power play overs are done.
I agree, particularly with Gulshan Jha. The crease, what Powdell did really well actually in his captaincy was he brought himself on to bowl as the off spinner when the left-hander was on strike, and then likewise Malla came on when the right-hander was on strike. So wait for an over where Jha's on strike, maybe from the other end, the Gakarna Forest end of the ground, and get his experience into the game, if he can get into a rhythm. I think he bowled just once in the tri-series and it was only one over, an expensive one. It's a roll of the dice, but I think it's a necessary roll of the dice from the UAE.
And that's why I felt that he should have bowled earlier in the tournament as well. Even when they were in comfortable positions, they should have tried, kept that sixth bowler interested, well-oiled, ready and on standby. Wasim has done well with the troops. He's given that full quota of 4 overs to his 5 bowlers and has used that strategy all throughout. But today, I think he's going to miss Basil Hamid if he doesn't get an opportunity.
He'll be almost forced to turn to him, would be the way I would describe it, Joe, because Ayan Khan's first over was so expensive. Now, I've no doubt he can come back well, but they want to bring him on outside the power play when he has a bit of protection, the teenager. I know many a UAE fan will be maybe just thinking of one man right now, to Rohan Mustafa, his almost iconic disposition against Nepal in particular, his love-hate relationship with the fans. He's not in the squad. Wasn't an option for the UAE as a consequence, but what they would give for his experience now on a wicket like this. Nicely driven by Ja. His batting has come on leaps and bounds in the last 12 months. And this game hangs right in the balance. Nepal, 39 for 1 after 6.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
वर्ल्डलिंकको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3279 को बोट एडोप्स 170 वायरलेस इयरफोन मात्र रु 1679 मा। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्।
Dipendra Singh Irie waiting in the ranks as well. That's the bowling card for UAE. Surprising, and this is something that I've never seen before. 5 bowlers used in the first 6 overs of power play. Only Nilansh, the successful bowler so far.
And another change. Ayan Khan will come in. I think one of the big factors that they know that the 2 primary spinners for the UAE are left arm orthodox bowlers, so that's why Jazz up to 3. Also, it shows the faith that Monty Desai has in what is a 17-year-old cricketer. We've got 2 17-year-olds against each other here, don't we, Ja and Khan? Well, the future is ever so bright for the associate game if talents like these 2 can continue to flourish. Change in the field. The man who was in the ring at 45, short fine leg, is now gone out. It means that mid-wicket is up in the circle. And 3 in the ring on the offside. Khan will have to be clever with his line. And Sheikh tries to exploit that by sweeping it away for a single.
Yeah, I like this strategy, and I think this has come right from the coach, Monty Desai. He's emphasized a lot on that sweep shot, and that is what is an effective weapon when the ball is turning. You bring out the sweep, you disturb the line and the length of the bowler. Big heave towards the onside, no chance for the fielder. 1 bounce over the ropes. Nilansh Keswani is there, but Gulshan Jah finally has moved on in terms of the acceleration.
2 flat again. It's just sat up to be hit, and Ayan Khan is blaming the fielder. I think he needs to look at his pace and the length. Look at the length, far too short. Gulshan Jah just keeps continuing to come back to haunt Emirati fans. Another big strike. The fielder was brought squarer, and actually Long On has come more towards that position too. Every run being cheered, every run being greeted with roars around the ground.
Well, the previous delivery was a half-tracker. The other one, the last one, was a full delivery. So Ayan Khan has not been able to get his line right, and the length as well. Much better to the right-hander. Seems to be more comfortable bowling to the right-hander, and obviously because he's bowled a lot to the right-handers. A left-armer bowling to a left-handed batter is always a challenge, but a very good over for Nepal, this one. 8 runs off it, and still 1 more ball to go.
Again, I don't think that's the right length. He's got away with it. 7 have been bowled. Nepal may be nudging ahead. 47 for 1.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प, रब, छु। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
It really started to slow down in these middle overs, particularly with spin. Any vantage point will do here. It doesn't matter if you're sitting on top of a water tower, the edge of a balcony, clinging on to a cast iron pipe. The passion for the game here in Nepal, it is second to none anywhere in the world. And even though we don't quite have the same capacity, ability here, if that makes any sense, as we do across at the TU, where we saw 25,000 or so on March 16th, and over 2 days, the May Day games, it's still a brilliant atmosphere as Ali Nazir comes in to bowl his second help round the corner. That's going to be 50 up for Nepal, and there's an ever-growing confidence that they are getting on top in this chase. The spinners haven't been as effective, and the seamers are leaking runs too.
Well, not the best of starts from Ali Nasir in this over. It was down the leg, it was short, and Asif, well, all he had to do was get some bat onto it. He manages to play it fine. No chance for the fine leg fielder as well. So good start to the over as Nepal are slowly but surely getting to that target of 135. What UAE need is a miracle. They need a cluster of wickets to get back into the game.
Yeah, they need those runs on the board that they have to start applying some pressure. They also need to grab moments like that. Little quarter, fifth chances. I think he might have just about got home, but this is straight to the man, and it's straight to one of the best fielders, Ayan Khan. The throw has to be better. Might have just got home. UAE's fielding, it's letting them down right now.
Well, that shouldn't have been a single. Well, the fans, they've got their posters out. Road to T20 Cricket World Cup.
The Nepal headbands too, you gotta love them. Where have they come from? Credit to those two men, best dressed in the crowd.
Absolutely. Passionate fans, and that's what you want, that's what you play for.
This is hit down towards the vacant area. It's going to be 4 more. Gulshan Jah, well, he's doing it again. And now the double teapots, the hands are on hips everywhere. Nepal going through the gears. Surely they're on top now.
Absolutely. Back-to-back boundaries, and that has deflated UAE's bowling. The shoulders are drooping. The body language, not all that great. What they need is a special effort, and they'll need to believe in themselves. That is what is needed right now for UAE. That self-belief seems to be vanishing with those boundaries.
Playing a miss this time. I have to give a shout out to just one fan I met walking up the avenue this morning. That was, it's kind of hard to describe the atmosphere, mate. It felt like, I don't know, coming of age for a nation, and everyone wants to be a part of it here in Nepal. One fan flew in from Australia yesterday. He's of Nepali origin. He arrived yesterday evening. He has to be back in work on Monday in Sydney. I didn't catch his name. That's the dedication you're talking about. He had to be here.
Well, some things are priceless, and as you mentioned, that just gave me the goosebumps. I know what it means. I can understand what it means for this nation. The love that they share for this sport is second to none. People have come churned out in numbers, and you can see.
Sorry, Shoaib, that's a road there. It doesn't look like a road.
It
that's
was
a road.
road there. But right now it's jam-packed, and this is easily more than 30,000. Initially, the numbers were out, not more than 3,000 people were allowed, but this is more than 35.
Yeah, it's certainly much more than the advertised capacity. We won't maybe get into the exact head count, but it's a sparkling atmosphere, no doubt. 8 have been bowled, another good over, 10 from it, 57 for 1.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेन चलाओ
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्ल्डलिङ्कको फेस्टिभ अफर 3 वा 12 महिनाको इन्टरनेट पेमेन्ट गरी रु 3299 को बोट एडो 170 वायरलेस इयरफोन मात्र रु 1699 मा आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्.
People, and just recently I read somewhere that cricket now is the second most followed sport in the world, and it hasn't come easy, and this is the reason why it is the second most loved sport in the world.
Yeah, and the most exciting thing for me is in this next right cycle, we have an increase in every single world event, men's, women's, both formats, T20 and ODI, and the next World Cup, the one we're playing out for right now, the one that Nepal could get to for the first time in the decade, or the one that the UAE could qualify for back-to-back T20 World Cups, will be the largest cricket World Cup of any kind. 20 teams will come together next year in the USA and the Caribbean. And that can only be good for the game. And I'll tell you one more thing, whichever one of these two sides will qualify, they are going to go to that World Cup and they're going to turn heads with how well they will perform.
Well, most certainly one of these sides is going to be part of history. As you rightly mentioned, 20 teams are going to take part in the World Cup next year. That's the most number of teams ever in a World Cup, in a Cricket World Cup. And just to add to that point, cricket is now part of the Olympics as well in 2028. So it's a globally recognized sport, and it's just upwards and onwards. And I think the credit has to go to the ICC and the way they've arranged these pathway events. Absolutely wonderful.
Pull shot into the sky. Where's this one gone? Well, it's gone straight to the gap. There's no one at deep mid-wicket. Asif Sheikh, he's often the underrated one at the top as Bertel and Mala smash it everywhere and get the headlines. But he's got a brilliant technique and he's showing that off now.
Well, pace on offer from Zahoor, a half-tracker on this wicket. It's easy pickings. Pulled and pulled well. One bounce over the ropes as Nepal now have a grip on this game. 62 for 1. It's just the 9th over, and clearly the fast bowlers have no assistance on this wicket. Where are the spinners?
Again, they're going to pace on deliveries going the distance. That's such good batting. He's played an aggressive pull shot to get a boundary, and he's just checked it down for a single. I really hope you're enjoying this coverage and what's such a historic, a momentous day for the associate game again here in Kathmandu. Nepal at the moment, they're in control of this chase, but there's a lot of cricket to be played. You're watching us live on ICC TV here in Nepal. You're probably watching us on either Kantapur TV HD or maybe on the Kantapur Cineplex YouTube channel. Right now, there's over 200,000 concurrent viewers on that Kantapur YouTube channel. Groundsmen deserve a special shout out. They've done a brilliant job, and many more too watching on in India, enjoying these scenes on fan code. Incredible attention on this game, and right now Nepal are rising to the challenge and UAE are shrinking under the pressure. Is there a way back into the contest for the men from the Emirates?
Well, it's getting difficult with every passing over, and the wides are not helping UAE's cause as well. Zahoor Khan has been expensive in the context of the game. What they need is a wicket. What they need is a special effort from somewhere. Maybe a run out, a splendid catch, something that can lift the spirits back up for UAE. But as of now, Nepal are dominating this game, 64 for 1 in 8.3 overs. And they're well and truly set in this run chase.
It's going to be runs again. Just a single, but every run is being cheered, and understandably so. A reminder that if you are watching, maybe you've just woken up back in Europe, or you burning the midnight oil in the United States. I know so many of the Nepali diaspora are. There is still a lot of cricket to be played here. This pitch has turned square. The combination of the 8 overs of spin that Nepal bowled took 6 for 31. And really, if they can get over the line, Nepal, that will be the difference between the two sides.
Well, just if you've joined us recently, just a quick update. It was UAE who won the toss, decided to bat first and managed to get to 135 runs. And Nepal are truly enjoying this run chase so far. It's gotten easy to bat on. The early moisture is all gone. The wicket looks good. And especially with pace on, the batting has looked easy.
Do also want to clarify something. Occasionally things can get lost in translation here in Nepal, that the rumour mill can work around. We had questions yesterday if Nepal beat Oman, did they qualify for the World Cup? No was the answer to that. Now had a couple of questions on social media saying, is it just the champions of the tournament that qualify for the World Cup? No, it's a straight shootout today. The winners, they book their tickets on the jet plane. Yes, they play a final in 2 days' time, but that's really a celebration of the two qualifiers.
You're right, it's just a customary final. The teams that win today go into the World Cup. 9 overs gone, 66 for 1.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पूरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन।
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ।
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ।
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Unit, they've ticked all the boxes that were needed and are well and truly on their way to be the first team to qualify for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. So finally, well, my prayers have been answered. As I see that name on the screen, it's Basil Hamid who's going to be bowling. And I can't express my excitement to see Basil Hamid with the ball.
Well, can he turn the game on its head? He's going to need to. The UAE are desperately in need of wickets. It was just the one over that he bowled. He went for 14 from it in the tri-series at this venue. That was in a defeat to Hong Kong in the final game of the group stages. But again, just at the small little 1%er things, surely he should have been coming on when he's bowling the first ball to Gulshan Jah to turn it away from the left-hander, get a slip into place. The UAE don't win this game if they don't get wickets. Now the slip comes into place. But as you said, it doesn't have a feel of a little bit too late.
Well, cricket is a funny game, so I don't want to say that it's a bit late. However, I would have wanted to see him bowl a little early. That is for sure. Now with the ball turning away, this is going to be interesting. And he does have that ability to turn the ball, unlike Ayan, who's not a big turner, or Nilanj, who bowls seam up.
Bowls him straight through, and it's the flatter, quicker one from Hamid. Jah was tempted. The previous delivery was a beautifully flighted off break, and he takes a bow to silence the crowd. It's just the index finger behind that, straight through. And the stumps, they are castled.
Well, Basil Hamid, flatter, quicker, straighter. Gulshan Jah going for the big hit, completely misses. And Basil Hamid, he strikes in his very first over. And sometimes it's great to be proven right. Gulshan Jah, well, he's walking back. 22 of 24 for him. The second wicket down for Nepal. It's 67 for 2.
So dad,
जाऊ बाइक निकाल त।
कहाँ जाने dad?
ब्याङ्क जानु छ एउटा कामले।
ब्याङ्क? ल आउनुहोस्। यो फिजिकल होइन, डिजिटलको जमाना हो। यति कामको लागि त ब्याङ्क जानै पर्दैन नि।
20 वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
बढी टिकाउ, बढी कभरेज,
दिमाग लगाओ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेन चलाओ
अनि दिमाग लगाओ जापानिज टेक्नोलोजी वाला पेंट चलाओ केएनपी Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
Didn't get it done with the bat today, but still trying to impact the game, this time with the ball.
Just signalling straight first to the crowd and then that tip of the hat and a bow towards his dugout. You needed me and I'm here, says Basil Hamid. However, the job is not yet done. They need another wicket or two to get back into the game.
Lovely bowling, slow through the air. Powdell sends Sheikh back, and I think rightly so. I don't think you could have watched that first 20 overs and not recognise that slowly flighted spin bowling, whether it be finger or wrist, is going to prove difficult to score off on this wicket.
Well, clearly the umpires have something to tell Basil Hamid. I think it's about the field changes and that needs to be quick.
I'm not sure what this is about. Rashid Riaz is particularly stringent with his message that he's getting across, and as often the crowd play their part. I think he's just telling Basil Hamid to calm down, perhaps. Maybe was he going across him as he runs through? Not too sure what that's about, but it all adds to the drama, the rich tapestry of this great rivalry. Powdell gets off the mark with a single, well judged.
It's interesting, that conversation between Basil and the umpire there. But all's well that ends well, and he's back to bowling. Coming around the wicket for the right-handed Rohit Podel, and will continue to bowl from that angle for Asif Sheikh as well. 2 runs of this over so far, 1 more ball to go, but it has been a successful over for UAE. Brings out the sweep, Asif. They are looking for 2, but will settle for 1. 10 overs gone, halfway through the second innings, as Nepal have just lost a wicket. Basil Hamid giving away 3 in his first. 69 for 2.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
हो, लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प, रब, छु। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
इस वर्षदेखि ग्राहकहरूको चाहनालाई सम्बोधन गर्दै निरन्तर अघि बढ्दै सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Worth every moment. I cannot wait to watch Nepal live in the Big Apple next year. And remember, that's one of the 3 host venues should Nepal get over the line in this chase. From America, there's then I think 6 or 7 host venues in the West Indies and the Caribbean. But yeah, use that hashtag T20 World Cup or send us a tweet or a direct message. You can find us online. And my oh my, the next 10 overs is going to decide it all as to who will get there. UAE learning. They go back to spin. Here comes Keshwani. Slog sweep. It's the shorter side. It's 6. Perfectly played. Applause around the ground. Some are dancing. Some are roaring. Asif Sheikh, he's playing a gem of a knock.
Well, too quick yet again from Nilanj Keswani, and that's a brilliant shot from Asif. Down on one knee and swept it all the way onto the building. It's the shorter boundary, but you still have to clear them, and Asif does really well. Just after that delivery, after being hit for a 6, a very heated conversation between Nilanj Keswani and the captain Mohammad Wasim at covers, where Mohammad Wasim was seen to be begging Nilanj Keswani to bowl slow in the air, and that is what is very important. Flight the ball, don't bowl quick, and let the ball turn off the wicket.
I think the 2 of us are starting to sound like a broken record, aren't we? Go slower. It's that kind of a wicket. It's something I've spoken a lot to Sandy Plamachani about here, about finding the pace to bowl on Nepali wickets. And that's why I've been so surprised through the group stages that Nepal have been going with 16 overs of seam. They've generally bowled pretty well, and they got through the group even though they lost to Oman. But they've such good spinners here. It's their strength. You play to your strengths.
Well, 7 runs in the first 2 deliveries of this Nilanj Keswani over. 76 on the board. A target of 135. So Nepal in a very comfortable position right now, but complacency cannot creep in now. There's a stoppage in the play as that LCD screen is still on. The advertisement is still going.
And Shoaib, but I do have to give the Cricket Association of Nepal a special shout out. They obviously had hoped that they would win the group and keep all of the advertising and commercial infrastructure at the TU ground. I really don't know how they have managed to shift every single piece of it in less than 24 hours. 12 to 16 hours. Our production team as well, led by Yopresh Pradhan. They've all shifted too. The additional cameras have come across here. Probably about 99% of the viewership today has been on this ground. So great credit to everyone to make it happen. And we're getting a game that's befitting of the spectacle as Nepal, they're inching ever closer, primarily thanks to Asif Sheikh. Short, wide, too flat, 4 more.
Well, not learning from his mistakes, quicker, flatter, and cuts well. Asif Sheikh, he's not going to miss out on those as Nepal are inching closer towards victory and towards making history. This is celebration time. The Nepal fans are going to love every moment of this, and every individual, every fan who's come out here is going to cherish and take this memory home for the rest of his life. This is going to be an epic moment, a special moment if Nepal get to that 135.
Well, I said the viewership between the two semi-finals might be 95, 98% here. It's probably 100% now. Oman have won. Oman have got over the line, so anyone who was left watching that game against Bahrain at the TU, eyes will now turn to Mulpani. Many congratulations to Oman, taking one of the 2 qualification spots for Asia. Who's going to take the second? Nepal, they're in the box seat at the moment. It's 82 for 2.
Body टिकाऊ, body coverage.
दिमाग लगाओ, Japanese technology वाला पेन चलाओ.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
Whirlingको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर. अब whirlingबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका. आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्. छिटो भनेकै Whirling.
Interesting change. Not going to be Basil Hamid to continue. He did get that second breakthrough. It's going to be Ayan Khan, maybe because of the 2 right-handers on strike. But will Basil Hamid change ends?
Well, I hope so. Again, flatter, quicker from Ayan. And nicely rocked on the back foot. Asif Sheikh, what an innings this has been from him.
Shoaib, it's clear that UAE have probably misread the conditions with the way they've bowled in comparison particularly to what we saw in the first innings from Nepal, who adjusted nicely as they went. It's a slightly better pace, but still a single because it's Asif Khan. They recognise they can run one to him. Is it the occasion, the crowd, the spectacle, what's on the line that is affecting the UAE? Or is it just they're being outplayed right now?
Well, I would be lying if I would say that UAE is not hassled by the crowd that they've witnessed here today. Anybody who's out there in the middle will feel the heat. And UAE are no different. Also, UAE don't have enough exposure of playing in such conditions. Yes, they've played a lot of cricket in Nepal in the last year or so, but quite a few of them are young, and that inexperience has just been a bit visible. Talent, well, a lot of talent, but that big match exposure is something that UAE will take from this game.
Yes, they do have that experience though here at the not at this ground with the massive crowd, but at the TU. Never seen 2 bigger crowds in associate cricket history than March 16th and May 1st and 2nd. Bigger than even today. And look at that. It's a sea of people, a sea of joy. It's going to turn into a sea of euphoria and dancing and moments the nation will never forget if they can get over the line over the course of the next 8 overs. Again, too short, too flat. Ayan Khan. He's been immaculate since he started in international cricket, but not his day today. And it's exactly a run of ball needed. 48 more to win. 87 for 2.
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel is in town.
Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay Fresh. Be ready with Bay Fresh, be ready with Bay
Dabur Red Bay Fresh Gel. Be Bay ready with 12 hours deep freshness.
Be ready with Bay Fresh.
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका पाउनुहुन्छ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Another change in bowling. It almost feels like Mohammad Wasim is just trying everything, anything that he can. Zahor Khan will come in from the Gokarna Forest end of the ground. Naseef Sheikh is just a boundary away from what would be a wonderfully paced and judged T20I half century. Big swing and a miss. Sheikh feels as though he's missed out that time. Could still be a twist in this game, there's no doubt. We've seen batters who've come to the crease find it difficult to score.
Well, it's not all over for UAE. Like I said, it's going to take something really special for UAE to make a comeback in this game. Nepal are right now cruising at 40,000 feet above sea level and are scheduled to land in the US in June, but they'll need some turbulence on their way, and that can only come through wickets.
Big appeal, given not out. Umpire Ghazi Sahel from Bangladesh unmoved, and you can even see Khan indicating there as he feels maybe it was just nipping down. I don't think it was given as leg by. He's not sure if that's an oversight as opposed to an indication there was some bat involved.
Yeah, could be. It's very difficult to say from here, but also I felt that the angle, the ball was just going down leg. So good call from the umpire.
Powdell's just calmed any nerves that might have started to set in with that second wicket. It's clever cricket. He's not looking for boundaries, nor does he need to right now. Sheikh has the pace of the pitch. He can take the occasional risk, and Powdell's just going to nudge it around for ones and twos where he needs.
That's the right ploy, isn't it? Need a runner ball. Let's get runner ball. Especially Asif Sheikh. Now his role will have to be well defined. He has to stay there till the end, Asif, and score those winning runs. He's the man who said, we've seen that the batters who come out to bat, it's not easy to start going from ball number one. So this could be the ideal time for UAE to get a wicket and maybe get a new batter out there in the middle.
Elegantly driven. Every run is now just getting ripples of applause. There's a combination of nervousness and excitement. It will explode into euphoria if Nepal can get there.
Well, I can't just imagine that moment if Nepal win this game. The loud roar, and it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, not only for the fans but also for us in the comm box. 45 needed of 44. Can UAE pull out a rabbit out of the hat?
The only thing about this approach, it's the right one. Nepal are doing the right thing right now. It may just drag things out to where if you have a really bad, let's say 16th or 17th over, a bit like Sandeep Lamachane provided that wicket maiden in the 18th, you're then left with maybe a nervy little 15 off 12 or 18 off 12, possibly with a new man at the crease. That's what the UAE have to keep thinking. Again, if you're just tuning in, maybe just waking up back in Europe in particular or down in Africa, you might think this is a simple chase that will be iced. The pitch has done a lot, particularly for the spinners, and there could well be a twist in the tail yet. even though it's just more than a run of ball that Nepal need with those 8 wickets in hand. Put away now. Is there going to be 2 here? Sheikh seems to want it, and he's going to get it. And it will be 50 for the man who is so underrated at the top of the order for this team. He acknowledges the crowd. He's another one of these young talents that come from Nepal. It's come from 39 deliveries. The 22-year-old makes his 4th T20 I-50.
Well, this could be his most important 50 runs of his life, the runs that he will remember for a long, long time, because this could be in a winning cause, and if that happens, Asif Sheikh will be etched in history forever. 6 fours and a 6 for Asif Sheikh.
रियल फ्रुटबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
साधारण टुथपेस्ट युज गर्नुभयो भने टाढै रहनुहुनेछ। रोज्नुहोस् क्लोज अप। यसको एन्टी जर्म माउथ वाश फर्मुलाले दिन्छ 12 घण्टा 3 गुणा ताजा सास। पाउनुहोस् अझ बढी ताजापन र सधैँ नजिक रहने कन्फिडेन्स।
हो, लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस। त्यसैले पम्प, रब, छु। संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Acknowledges that monstrous crowd. Ayan Khan's going to bowl his 4th. There's another long discussion between the youngster and his skipper, Mohammad Waseem. It's not just about fielders, I think it's about pace. And it's exactly a run of ball that's required. 42 to win off 7 overs. 42 deliveries remain. Can Ayan Khan provide the twist, as he often does for the UAE? Better pace, a bit of curve through the air, but nicely clipped away for a single.
Just that 1 over for Basil, still lingering on my mind. Why not give him another over? He got you a wicket, and he's off the bowling.
Single into the leg side. We wanted the time to get to many comments. We've got to give this one a shout out. He says it's 3:57 a.m. here in Washington, D.C. I've got a job interview at 8 a.m., but this game has me hooked. Hopefully the lads make this no sleep worth it and give me a chance to watch them live next year. Go the Nepali Rhinos, go. Well, I promise you if they do get there, it will be worth it. And you'll have to let us know how that job interview goes. Best of luck.
Well, I'm sure he's going to go in a good mood if Nepal qualify, and he'll crack that interview. As of now, everyone here at the MCG, Mulpani Cricket Ground, is waiting with bated breath, because this is history in the making, Andrew.
Yeah, there will be a twist, I promise you. They're known as the Cardiac Kids for a reason. I don't think they're just going to get it done simply in the 17th or 18th. Something's going to happen, and a couple of dots are just raising the tension, raising the pressure. Good change in the field. They've taken Asif Khan out of cover. They've got the slightly swifter Mohammad Waseem in.
Also a lot slower in this over compared to the previous overs, so that is why it's a little more difficult for batters to score runs. Good over, 3 runs off it, 2 dot balls, 1 more ball to go. What's it going to be? Slower and will be a dot ball. So the required run rate still neck to neck as the Cardiac boys take the game into the next over as well. 14 overs gone, 96 for 2.
Body tikao, body coverage.
Dimak lagao, Japanese technology wara pain chalao.
KNP Nerolac Healthy Home Paints from Japan.
The original taste, the original fun, one and only.
वर्लिङको फेस्टिभ अफरमा दुबई घुमौ रमेर। अब वर्लिङबाट 24 भाग्यशाली जोडीले जित्न सक्नुहुनेछ दुबई घुम्ने मौका। आजै अफरको फाइदा लिनुहोस्। छिटो भनेकै वर्लिङ।
Six overs remain. 6 overs to dictate the fate of this T20 World Cup qualification spot. who will book their tickets on that jet plane out to the USA and the West Indies next year. Let's take a look at a few of the best moments as the ground staff are just getting those lines repainted. So we have a slight break in play. A lot of Asif Sheikh strokes in this package. He's played so nicely, hasn't he? It's been a measured innings. A classic example of why you need technique players and correct players in T20 cricket as well as power hitters. There's a time and a place for innings like these. It's been one of the highest quality.
Oh yes, he's been outstanding right from ball number 1. Asif Sheikh has come out with intent, the right approach. He's got the mental toughness.